Hey guys, we're doing this 10Q review slash compare series. We looked at how the 10Qs, what they're doing, what they're thinking about. We went to 7, we went to 4, then we did some 1 dons. Now we're going to do 3 dons. And I think you're going to start saying some good examples of how you should be thinking. Okay, here we go. I haven't seen the game yet. Everyone's taking an empty corner. Good. Unfinished corner. White takes some points. Now black should extend to stabilize his group, right? Yep. Okay. Now, if black had played one of the 4, if he played closer, he's being inefficient. If he played further, he owes a move. So he's playing correctly here. Should it be 3rd or 4th line? Well, now we're getting into some specifics. I'm going to play 4th line every day of the week, but I think everything's fine. Okay. Where's white go? Next corner. 3-3 is an easy way of just stabilizing, taking the corner. It's all good. Okay. White should do some sort of, and he still needs help. Okay. Now there's a thing here. Let me read it out real quick. Okay. This is valid because of something. All right. Let's look at the cut. If white captures, black gets the corner. Well, this actually is another Jaceki that's valid. So it's okay in general, but what's A and B aren't going together very well. B is very strong, A is very strong. What are we doing on the bottoms? Over concentrated. But it does make sense. Let's look at this one. All right. If, just a second, if black cuts this way, ladder, and the ladder works for boom, 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 boom. Black. So this is not a valid Jaceki. One thing for the 10Qs to notice, when white takes this stone, it's an eye with an extremely likely eye right next to it. You know, there's any of the neighboring ones can turn into an eye. So we don't do this because neither side, how do you say this? We don't do this. There you go. Black still gets the corner, but now we don't get an eye. So that's why we like to capture the stone. Whichever stone he offers, we take it to get that shape. Okay. So this white move isn't right. There's a problem. So either this way, which is fine, or get one stronger first. And that's fine. This is a bit awkward. Now 3 done. He's missing something here. It's okay. Black comes out. Now we don't even need a ladder breaker. That black stone is the ladder breaker, captures the stones in the ladder. So at this point, white's not great in the corner. There's some arguments to be made about what's really going on there. But it's hard to say that white's healthy there. White plays away. So white says, I've decided that area 1 is not important right now. Now I can come up with some thoughts that I'm like, yeah, you're right. I might also come up with, no, I don't think it is important. Okay. So white says area 1 is not important. What's important is you're developing area 2 when you've got that black 3 stone ready for action. You can start growing the right on a large scale, and that's going to be difficult for me. Therefore, I'm coming in. So some reasonable strategy. He's thinking I'm going to give up something in the bottom right to make sure this is okay. Now there's discussions about should it be 4th line or 3rd line? That's a discussion. They're both rational. Should we be playing A or corner first? Good questions there. What if you get pinched? What are we going to think? Now, up to 3 Don, they're working through these things. They're not that familiar yet. What happens in this case? What happens in this case? Should I kick? And they're working out all the details, and White's going, I'm just going to play here and step around the side of all those hard questions. So he's not quite strong enough to work out the details well. It's not working them out. It's more like familiarity. Stronger player just knows this already. Okay, black comes in. Oh, we're letting white off the hook. Am I mistaken? If here, corner's dead. If here, that white stone's dead, and white's going to want to play this way, really. And we just start attacking. So they're both making mistakes here. This is too easy on white. And white ends up with a nice corner. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points. He could ignore here. He's still alive. It's big. And sets up some Aji in here, right? There's some over-under Aji. Okay, so it's making sense. Black attacks. Now there's so as 10 Qs, and we're comparing how different players are thinking, the 10 Q this is actually focused on should notice that black's A group is perfectly healthy because the B stone can't get out. Therefore, black has eyes, thickness. There's just no problem. White's B group is alive. These are totally important concepts. The C group, alive. Everything's fine. Okay. So what is black trying to accomplish with his last move? Bothering the A stone. It can't go towards the corner there as I take profit in area 1. Rational, reasonable. Okay. But there's a problem. Something he's not quite up to snuff with yet. Why? Because there's only 3 done. Now, that might sound pretty funny to a 10Q, but most 3 dons are just ripe with mistakes, wrong concepts, wrong directions, missing it. Getting close, yeah, I understand what you're doing, but you're not nailing it. Let's look a little bit at how this doesn't nail it. And we're going to look at the 3 choices, 3 moves that do what is on black's mind. Okay, let's start with A. Wonderful in the corner. Famous move in the corner. Very strong. Pretty much if black wants that corner, it's his. That's pretty nice. Does it bother white? Yeah, not a heck of a lot. I mean, white can still come down if he needs to or whatever. So it's not really an attack. It's more like limiting white as we take the corner. Okay. We did something well. We did a corner move plus other things. Now let's look at C. Terrible in the corner. Oh, but it hits C hard. You can't hit C harder than this unless we're talking about 4th line instead of 3rd. Hit white hard, do nothing in the corner. Okay, we're doing one thing very well. in both cases so far. Now let's look at the middle one. Terrible in the corner. White's simply alive in Sente. Well, it's terrible. That's the bad corner. Does it attack white well? No, it kind of gives white some extra room to stretch out, make some contact. So it's not great for attack, and it's not great in the corner. Now, I'm not ready to say it's a mistake, but rather it's very hard to use this stone well, in my opinion. And I've talked with 9 Dan pros about this many, many times. Okay. Check out what's on white's mind. My A stone. My whole point of playing A was to make sure black didn't get a foothold in this area. It's my move. I'm going to start getting a healthy group, healthy A stone. That's my goal. How shall I go about that? Well, he has a weakness at A. Where do I start there? Ooh. Right? He's threatening to cut white there and capture that stone. So it's a free move, so to speak. Now let's look at what he's not seeing. We're looking at the relationship between A and B. Not much. Okay. Let's move it up one. The cut kills the stone. Totally take advantage of the Aji. And now we look at the A and B stone. Significantly better relationship. This move is better because it works with B more, and that's the whole point, is to work with B well. Now let's just imagine black fixes and white says, great, I'm going to connect under. Great, I'm going to start making, now I have a little group. Well, that went well. Yeah. Okay, here black can start coming across and saying, I don't care about those points. I'm going to separate your group. Oh, no. Too late. Now the right side pretty much belongs to, it's too strong for black in that area. Submits, allowing white out. That's a big mistake. Come through and cut, yeah. So now, 10 Qs, we have a local fight. White would love to capture the A stone. Oh, but that's only 2 points. Well, that might be true, but the point is to make the B stone healthy, so this entire area black gets almost nothing. That's just how it's going. Okay, so we have this fight. Black has the A stones that aren't great. White has the B stones that aren't great. White's move, white's goal, where no one's concerned about the right side points, only the health of the B group. So black's looking at moves like Atari at C, stones that help. Let's just look at, so this is Sente to kill the stone. If we capture, we're alive, we're connected home. Okay, so Sente. What about this one? Yeah, threaten to kill that stone. Right? Tari, 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 and we have a ladder. And we kill them in a ladder. Well, that worked. So there's more than one way to, it's like, where do you want our next move in Sente? Maybe you prefer it here. Okay, that's Sente to kill. What if you want it here? Ooh, that's a little tricky. What are you trying to do there? Starting like, it looks like you're trying to get close to black. It does threaten, but I'm not sure it's good for the next move. Anyway, white goes this way. That's Sente to kill. And whether this is Sente or not, white's saying, you can't cut me now. Not only do I have you in ladder, I also have you in a net. If we depend on the ladder, black can say, aha, I have a free move over here now. Oh, I have to take. Great, I got 2 moves in a row against your upper right corner. That's costly to give someone a ladder breaker. But if we net, there's no cost. Well, small cost like that, it's nothing. So once we're here, white's going, hey, I'm not cut. Let's look at, now again, I'm talking mostly to 10 Qs here. Let's look at something else on white's mind. Threaten to cut. Since I can't cut, I can threaten. And now look at that entire white group. It's just a stick. It's not out yet. It's got no eyes. So white's also concerned about the shape of the group. So if we get this, that's step one to health. Black says, I'm fixing that. He's concerned that he's going to get cut and die here. On the surface, the 3 ace stones don't have much meaning. White can just make a good center now and let black have them if he wants. Fix, okay. And now he fixes his cut, right? He's concerned. And 10 Qs, notice this is the deal. There's 2 cuts there. If black captures this, then he dies on the other side. So when black plays here, he's saving the cuts. Now there's only 1 cut, and if white tries to cut, we just kill it. So this black move is saving the cut. That's the stuff you want to learn. For white, now that black is all fixed, I would say we're starting to get concerned about this. We can't fight back anymore. Black is healthy, and he can just start hassling us. So if I'm white, I'm not against this move at all. Now check it out. Doesn't that look like an eye at 1? Isn't that an eye? Around 2. That's going to be an eye real soon. We have real control in area 2. Turning it into an eye, not a hard concept. Also, we're out, and also, I mean, it's just, we're getting healthy once we have this move. Let's look at another move that might help us. About here. Okay? We're getting out. If he peeps, that 1 black stone looks way more trouble than the white group. Black's going to want something like get out. Fine, you got out. But I'm out too. There's a lot of ways of considering fixing things. Step 1, just play the good shape. Don't worry if it's the best move. Just play moves that work. Plays away. That can lose you the game. You can take a wonderful game and miss that 1 step, and all of a sudden you have a burden for the rest of the game. Oh, it can be horrible headache. Black plays here. For what purpose? Does this black move bother the A group? No, the A group's rock solid. So he's doing it because he thinks area 1 is the biggest area on the board? It's not. Top and left are both bigger. Upper left, the corner, bigger. This is a real not doing great move. Finally, white decides to come out. And notice, before, this move was good. But all of a sudden, black is working on, well, it's right there, area 1. Well, if we help ourselves and start limiting area 1, so white's going for health and limiting black. Reasonable idea. Now, there's some tricks here. Can black cut me? If black can cut me, this is probably too far. Black can't cut this one. Black's too far away. This one, maybe. You'd want to read that out. But that's something you as a 10Q going, you know what? You're here and go, man, I want to fix my group. I could just fix. But he's building the bottom. Can I play here, really limiting him and help my group? Well, you just cut, right? You just cut. Now you have 2 weak groups. Okay, I better not. So you're working it out. How can I get health in the center and limit? Well, this one's safe, right? Black, white. He's not getting through. And white did this one saying, no, I'll be fine. Okay, good luck. Yeah. And so step by step, both players are trying to do something large, preparing to bother their opponent, looking for weaknesses, and they're doing a medium good job, but still missing the vital points. Now, I would say three dawns that turning point where you're going to find some three dawns that are really quite weak. They can slap stones around well and win some games, but they don't understand much of anything that they're doing. Then you'll find some three dawns that are actually very strong. They know exactly what they're doing, and they're prepared anytime to start marching up. Might take them a year to get a good understanding, to get their three dawn level so no one can bother them. And then all of a sudden, okay, I'm ready. Four dawn, five dawn. Can I reach to six? All those other three dawns are just going to sit there and like they can't get better because they're just throwing stones around. One level I had a raise in level that was meaningful to me. I got early to mid six dawn where I could play professional nine dawn. And if the game went along the lines that I'm familiar with, shapes I'm familiar with, board positions I'm somewhat familiar with, I would do well. I mean, I'm doing good. It was thrilling. The moment it switched up to a board position I'm not familiar with, I would collapse and it would be like non-existent, like, holy cow, I can't play this game. And so I started working on that, just like I mentioned a minute ago to these guys. So after a while, it's like, okay, I've learned more, I've learned more, I've learned more. Now, whatever the board position, doesn't matter. I'm not going to be able to play like a professional nine dawn, but I'll be able to find a good, solid, rational move in any situation. I don't know if I mean literally any, felt like any. So that's when I finally got to strong six dawn and I could start beating the sevens and the eights. And I have had 5-1 games against pros. I didn't win those games because when I got ahead like that, I am so excited I can't control myself. I can't think straight. Oh my God, I'm winning. I can't believe it. And then I falter. But this is out of hundreds of games, 5-1 games. So I felt pretty good when I finally understood enough to play solid in most openings. Okay, I hope that was instructive. I'm not planning on going higher than this for this compare series, and I hope it was useful. Okay, 10Qs, good luck. Catch you later.